The top stories: Foreign Minister accuses TPLF of wanting to destroy Ethiopia's social fabric. And Ethiopian athlete sets new world record at the Berlin Marathon. Hello and thank you for joining us. You're watching Addis News Hour with the news. I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. Upon invitations, the Bureau members of the Pan-African Parliament, PAP, are on a three-day working visit in Morocco aimed at exchanging experience. The visiting delegation is led by M. Fortune Charumbira, President of the PAP, and composed of all four vice presidents, including Ashaber Waldegiorgis, who is a member of the House of People's Representatives of Ethiopia and the second vice president of the PAP. Lomi Bedo, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives of Ethiopia and International Relation and Conflict Resolution Rapporteur of the PAP, is also among the visiting delegation. M. Rashid Talbi El Alami, Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Kingdom of Morocco, reaffirmed that Morocco, as a founding member of the Organization of African Unity, is fully committed to the ideals of Pan-Africanism and that it will provide all the necessary support to the success of one of the important organs of the African Union, the PAP. The speaker also walked the delegation through the visit programs scheduled over the next 3 days. Ashaber Waldegiorgis, on his part, expressed his gratitude to the Kingdom of Morocco under the leadership of King Mohammed VI for its commitment and support to the African Union. He applauded the success of Morocco in the fields of agriculture, education, infrastructure, and many other fields, and said that the delegation is looking forward to gaining experience from Morocco's success stories during the visit. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen at the UN General Assembly 77 said the criminal group TPLF remains hell-bent on destabilizing the social foundations of Ethiopia. Demeke highlighted meddling on the internal affairs of Ethiopia under the guise of human rights is unacceptable. Johannes Fentahun has the full account.
At the beginning of his speech, Demeke Mekonnen reminded that the world is going through complex challenges ranging from climate change, extreme poverty, conflicts, terrorism and geopolitical tensions, and revealed that international cooperation on hand is not enough to solve these problems that threaten the survival of human beings, reiterating the need for reasonable international cooperation in order to resolve wide-ranging challenges of the world. Demeke reminded the international community about Ethiopia's significant progresses in its socio-economic development and democratization and how its survival is tested as a nation in the past 4 years. At the 77th UN General Assembly, Demeke said the criminal group TPLF remains hell-bent on destabilizing the social foundations of Ethiopia.
In November 2020, the most heinous and treasonous attack was waged against the Ethiopian National Defense Force that protected not only the peace and stability of Ethiopia, but also helped keep peace in other countries on behalf of the United Nations and the African Union. The criminal group that remains hell-bent in destroying societal foundation of our country colluded with external actors opposed to our development aspirations. The insecurity this group created has been very tragic and costly. Yet, the government of Ethiopia has earnestly tried to avoid this conflict. Regrettably, our efforts to prevent the conflict from igniting were not successful.
The Deputy Prime Minister called on the world to support AU-led peace process, and he explained meddling on the internal affairs of Ethiopia under the guise of human rights is unacceptable.
Thanks to the resolve and determination of Ethiopians, the designs of our adversaries against Ethiopia's progress have been frustrated. We have also paved a path for peace and recovery, relying on the ability of the peace-loving people of Ethiopia to reconcile, make peace among ourselves, and start the process of healing. We thus call for support to our agenda for peace, reconciliation, and reconstruction. We also urge respect for and support to the EU-led peace process. Any other approach, including the politicization of human rights and unilateral coercive measures, will not yield any positive outcome.
Regarding the use of the Nile water, the Deputy Prime Minister, who emphasized Ethiopia's strong desire to use the water fairly and equitably with all riparian countries, expressed his hope that the trilateral negotiations started under the African Union will continue to be fruitful.
Mr. President, the past year has also been a milestone for my country and we believe to the entire Nile River Basin. Our project, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, commenced lighting our homes and fulfilling our intergenerational aspiration. All the glory and gratitude go to the people of Ethiopia who financed this project. The dividend goes far and wide to the entire region. Taking this opportunity, I reiterate Ethiopia's commitment to equity and cooperation in the use of transboundary rivers and shared prosperity with all riparian countries. We will continue in good faith the trilateral negotiation under the auspices of the African Union to reach a mutually acceptable outcome.
Speaking on behalf of Ethiopia, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs reminded that, in addition to geopolitical tensions, the world is facing a major crisis due to climate change. To get rid of this problem, Ethiopia has done a great job in forestry for 4 consecutive years, so all the countries of the world should do the same to deal with the problems caused by climate change, he said. In addition, remembering the fact that international institutions can be international when they have fair representations, the maker questioned the fact that the United Nations Security Council still does not have fair representation.
South Sudanese Vice President Taban Dengai said many positive developments like tree seedling plantations in Ethiopia also benefit South Sudan. Having concluded a 3-day working visit to Ethiopia, the South Sudanese Deputy President told ENA that many positive developments like the Green Legacy in Ethiopia certainly benefit South Sudan. Taban Dengai said that the government of Ethiopia has been standing with us. The current peace agreement, comprehensive peace agreement, that we implemented in South Sudan, for instance, originated from Addis Ababa. South Sudanese are endowed with a lot of resources, the Vice President said, adding that the government believes also that the people of Ethiopia have a right to benefit from all these resources so that South Sudanese could also benefit from Ethiopia. The high-level delegation led by the Vice President of South Sudan also met with Ethiopian Minister of Finance Ahmed Shide on Thursday and discussed about ways of enhancing infrastructure connectivity between the two countries. The officials have agreed on ways to enhance their previously signed plans in the areas of road infrastructure, energy, telecommunications, water transportation, and other vital economic sectors with a view to creating integration for mutual benefits.
Yo gammo maskala. Safargu. Maldo makaga mogofa yelo mahe galbaisa ufaita dishachi deraso malo mahe galbaisa mahe እኛ የምንሄድበትን መንገድ ሰንኮፋዎች እንኳን ቢያጋጥሙ እንደ መልካም አጋጣሚ ወስደን ማለፍ እንጂ
እንደ መሪዎቻችን ችግር አርገን መውሰድ የለብንም በዚህ መልኩ ነገሮችን እንድናያስ አድራላችሁ ፈልጋለሁ
እሺ ባስካ መስቀላ ዮ
ናሽጊ ናሻጋ መጎፋይሳ ታናራይት ታብለጭ የተሳ ማናዛምቦይ አደና ስር ኑት
Meskel is one of the most colorful festivals celebrated in Ethiopia for over 1,600 years. Gamo in the south is the home for Meskel. 3 ethnic groups, namely the Gamo, Zeise and Gidicho, gather together in Arba Minch, the sprawling capital of Gamo zone, for the festivity. These people celebrate the arrival of beautiful weather after the rainy season with lots of dancing, feasting, horse riding and the lighting of many bonfires to commemorate the discovery of the true cross. Yoyo Meskala, as it is known, the festivity began in early at the Arba Minch Stadium in the presence of residents, invited people and distinguished personalities. Tigis Tarnesa has the following piece. Take a look.
This season is a time to participate in the festivities. Time to eat, drink and dance. In the evenings, bonfires are lit and the merrymaking continues. The Dorzes are known for their forced banana braid, besides being good weavers and potters. Addressing the celebrants in Arba Minch, Speaker of the House of Federation, Agenyo Teshagar, emphasized the value of forgiveness during the festivity.
The Gamo must take the credit for maintaining an undying spirit of Ethiopianism. Being forgivers, the Gamo have been ensconced at the top of the solidarity ladder, being a role model for other Ethiopians.
The House Speaker took the occasion to point out the need to conduct further studies into depth of Gamo culture, which is said is a sea of richness waiting to be exploited. On the occasion, Minister of Culture and Sports Kajela Mardasa underscored that his ministry will do its level best to ensure that the age-old Yoyo Gamo Meskela is maintained and enjoys protection.
I can't think of anything more enchanting than watching people cherish this moment freely, watching them savor the occasion as unadulterated as they could. The air of freedom and festivity we all breathe now came after much haggling and demanded the sacrifice of countless number of our brothers and sisters.
An amazing culture by the accounts of tourists and Ethiopian diaspora members, Yoyo Gamo Meskela is believed to boost the movement of genuine national reconciliation.
Yahode Meskela is the most cherished month-long New Year celebration of the people of Hadia and many other groups in the southern part of Ethiopia. As spring spreads across dazzling lawns, the old year passes and the new year is officially welcomed on September 11th or September 1 in Ethiopian calendar. However, there are an array of traditional celebrations that take place on different dates during September, particularly across the breadth and width of the traditional rich south. Clad in the red and white spotted Hadia traditional outfit, Ergoge Tesfaye, one of the big wigs in the Council of Ministers and currently in charge of Women and Social Affairs, told that Yahode, beyond being a celebration, also allows distant relatives to meet and spend time together, exchange good wishes and reconcile the old year's grudges. It is given special attention as women prove their time-tested excellence in leadership. Take a listen.
ሁሉንም ህዝብ በአንድነት የሚያስተሳስር ትልቅ እሴት ያለው ባህል ስለሆነ በዓለም ስለሆነ ይህ የበለጠ መጎልበት አለበት የህዝቦችን ትስስርና አንድነት ሰላም እድገት የሚያበስር ነው ለዛ ነው የሴቶችን እኩልነት ህፃናት የሚከበሩበት እንስሳትም እንደዚሁ የሚከበሩበት ተፈጥሮ ከፍ የሚልበት በዓል ነውና ይህ እንግዲህ ብዙ መዳበር ያለባቸው የማህበረሰብ እሴቶች ያዘ ነው
never experienced anything like this anywhere else in the world.
Everybody should come and visit the country.
That makes Ethiopia unique.
The Ethiopian Mescal celebration is an annual religious holiday in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Mescal commemorates the discovery of the true cross upon which Jesus was crucified by the Romans. On the eve of the Mescal, the Demera, a large bonfire in commemoration of that of Empress Helena, is constructed and is set ablaze by the religious leaders. Shagao Yamatao has compiled the following account.
The celebration begins with the building of the Demera bonfire at Mescal Square in Addis Ababa, a conical pyre pole surrounded by bundles of branches and torches decorated with green grass. Mescal is celebrated nationwide regardless of age, gender, language or ethnicity. Participants are believed to receive spiritual rewards from the celebration and blessings from the Holy Cross. Mescal, the commemoration feast of the finding of the true Holy Cross of Christ, was inscribed in the UNESCO representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2013.
I've come to see this because it is such an important festival for everybody in Ethiopia, and the atmosphere is unique to itself, and so never having been here before, with the opportunity to come here was one that I couldn't miss. So this is the first celebration I've seen that is of a religious nature.
Mescal is usually celebrated on September 27 and September 28 on leap years in the Ethiopian calendar. The date of Mescal in 2022 will be September 27. Mescal commemorates the discovery of the true cross upon which Jesus was crucified by the Romans. The legend goes that in the 4th century BC, the Roman Empress Helena, the mother of the Emperor Constantine, received a vision in a dream telling her where to find the cross. She ordered the people of Jerusalem to collect wood, and the smoke from a huge bonfire apparently indicated the location where the cross was buried. The True Cross Mescal celebration is considered the most important religious holiday in Ethiopia, largely because it is believed that a piece of the cross Saint Helena discovered was brought to Ethiopia and is housed in the mountains of Ambagishan. The Ethiopia True Cross Festival is held in Mescal Square in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia.
If you've never experienced Ethiopia, that it's important to come here. There's so much history, and I think everybody should come and visit the country. It's not only the history and the culture, but the people. Everybody's here with a smile. They're all so welcoming. So I recommend it, and I've been posting on Facebook and Instagram, so all of my social media, showing pictures and sharing. And I'm happy, and I hope other people can enjoy the country as much as I do.
Every year on September 26, thousands of Ethiopians descend on the space dressed in colorful robes. It is there that the Demera, a large bonfire in commemoration of that of Empress Helena, is constructed. Before the fire is lit in the evening, the Demera procession takes place during the day. Religious leaders from all over Addis Ababa congregate with the people to bang drums and wave ornate crosses, and yellow daisies are used to decorate the firewood before it is burned. After the bonfire has died out, believers collect the charcoal and use it to mark the shape of a cross on their forehead. Many Ethiopians believe that the Demera bonfire has the power to cancel sins and predict the future from the direction of the smoke and the way the bonfire collapses. As darkness sets in, the Demera is set ablaze, and the dancing intensifies around the flames as they rise higher and higher, sending plumes of smoke up into the deep black midnight sky. As the Demera smolders and burns down, families will often collect the ashes left and mark themselves with a cross, symbolizing their devotion to God. The feast is celebrated on the 27th September, a time when the country is at its most beautiful following the rainy season, with flowers in full bloom and yellow daisy-like flowers covering the hills around Addis Ababa.
Ethiopian Customs Commission has captured contraband goods worth 151 million birr in investigation and monitoring activities carried out from September 16 to 22, 2022. The goods are captured in several checkpoints and customs posts situated in various areas of the country. Clothes, fuel, livestock, electronics, coffee, drugs, car spare parts, cosmetics, and edible oil are among the contraband goods captured by the Commission. According to the Commission, some 23 individuals have been captured and are under investigation in connection with the smuggling of the goods.